Westminster post-Brexit, an information session for European applicants. So if you've joined us today, do say hello in the chat box and let us know if you've got any questions. We'll answer them at the end of the session. So we're joined today by Mikhail and Tammy, who is a student at the university as well, and they'll be running you through this session today. So over to you.
Thank you very much. Welcome to everyone. As mentioned, my name is Mikhail Raimondo from the University of Westminster. I'm joined by our current student, Tammy Kabir, and later on, Tammy will go through her own experiences of what it's like to study with us. The main focus for today is to look at the changes post-Brexit. So for students that are applying from Europe, what changes there have been, and if you've got any questions at the end, we'll leave time for questions and answers. So just a little bit about us. We're a large university. Not sure if you've been to London before. We're right in the centre, and we have over 19,000 students that study with us from over 160 different countries and nationalities throughout the world. Over 5,000 students, so just over a quarter of our students, study with us from outside of the UK. So a very international and cosmopolitan university. Because of this, we've been ranked within the top 6 in the UK and the top 20 in the world for international students by Times Higher Education in the latest international student rankings. We spend a lot of money on our campuses and refurbishing our campuses, making them more modern for students and modernising our equipment. Over £60 million in recent years. And we have an excellent graduation employment rate of 86% of our students graduate within the first 6 months, find employment. Here is a map of central London, just to give you an idea where our campuses are. We have 4 campuses in total. 3 are in the centre of London. Our first is Marylebone campus, just opposite Regent's Park, Madame Tussauds, and Baker Street Station. Just to the right of that, we have our Cavendish campus, which is next to the BT Tower. Just below, we have our Regent Street campus, which is a minute's walk away from Oxford Street and Oxford Circus, very, very central. And we have a 4th campus in Harrow, in the top box on the left-hand side. We have Harrow campus. As you can see, you're within walking distance or an easy commute to many iconic places like London Eye, Big Ben, Trafalgar Square, Buckingham Palace, Hyde Park, St Paul's Cathedral, lots and lots of things if you're interested in sports, music, different places to eat. You won't be sport for choice, you're right in the heart of London. The blue dots that you can see with the houses, there are halls of residence. And later on in the next few slides, I'll talk about which halls of residences are available to you and the cost for each one. For anyone who's been to London, this is the London Underground Tube map, just to give you a rough idea of the proximity between our campuses to the Underground stations. So we have the 3 central London campuses by Baker Street, Oxford Street and Warren Street, and Norfolk Park is where we have our Harrow campus. So London has a lot to offer. Studying at University of Westminster, you'll be based in London. The first, very important, is industry links. London is the financial and creative capital of the world. There are over 1 million businesses operating each day within 30 kilometres of the university. Obviously, at the moment, COVID, lots of changes in terms of what's open, what's available to see, places to go, the campus itself. But say once things do resume back to normal, London's a fantastic city to live, to study, to work. There's lots of famous landmarks, like I've mentioned, a few others, the Tower of London, Westminster Abbey. There are museums and art galleries when open, the Science Museum, the National History Museum, free for students as long as you have your student ID card. There's lots of shopping places like Oxford Street, Harrods in Knightsbridge, a very big famous department store. London is a very green city. There are lots of parks, St James's Park, Regent's Park, Hyde Park, the West End, so the theatre district, where all the world premieres take place and all the famous actors and actresses come and have their film premieres. Sports, London is home to 6 Premier League football clubs. So when sporting venues resume and people can go and see different games and be a spectator, London's a fantastic place for sports. The Olympic Park, Wimbledon, the home of tennis, and also music festivals once we can resume. There are lots and lots of music festivals, concerts that you can attend and take part in. This is really just to give you a flavour of what London has to offer, whether you're interested in arts, shopping, parks, sports, different cuisines, music. There is something for everyone in London, so you definitely won't get bored of living and studying here. Looking at what you can study, so we have our Cavendish campus. This is where we have our School of Computer Science, Life Sciences and Social Sciences. Courses like biosciences, computer science, multimedia, game computing, psychology and nutrition, you would study on our Cavendish campus. On our Regent's campus, you would study criminology, English, history, languages. We teach politics and international relations, sociology. And also Westminster Law School is based within our Regent campus, and we have a dedicated law building on Little Titchfield Street, about a few minutes walk away from our Regent Street campus. Our Marylebone campus is where we have our School of Architecture and Cities and our Westminster Business School. So courses like architecture and interiors, accounting, finance and economics, business and management, human resource management and marketing. Just to mention as well, all of our undergraduate degrees are 3-year bachelor's, 1-year master's degrees. With most of our undergraduate programs, you can study 3 or 4 years. If you do the 4-year option for our business courses and many others, within the 3rd year of the 4 years, you can either take a 1-year work placement and get paid work experience linked to your course or in an industry related to your course, or you can do a study abroad year. So these are a few options that are available for you. And then our final campus in Harrow is where we have our School of Arts and our School of Media and Communications. And we teach art and design, fashion, television, film, journalism, music, and photography. So any creative subject, you'll be on our Harrow campus with excellent facilities, excellent equipment that's available to students to use. Now looking at the entry requirements, so it does vary country by country, but as a general guide, we look between 3 Cs at A level or above. Of course, for different European countries or other countries, depending on your qualification that you study, please look at our webpage. You can find your countries on the link at the bottom, and that can give you what our general entry requirements is. For example, if you're listening from Italy today, we accept your maturità with a score of 75 or above. For students from France, we accept baccalaureate with 15 or above. So do check our website, find your country, and you get the exact requirements. Otherwise, type your message, type a question to me, and we can go through at the end the entry requirements for the particular course that you're interested in. As well as the academic grade, you would also need English language. So we accept IELTS. For undergraduates, you would mostly need IELTS of 6 with minimum 5.5 in each of the 4 sections of listening, speaking, reading and writing. For students interested in a master's, generally you need 6.5 overall with minimum 6.0 in each of the 4 components. For nearly all European high school qualifications, we accept English taught within your high school. So again, if you look on our website or type me a question at the end, I can tell you what the requirement is that you would need in English. And if you met that grade in your high school, within your subject within English language, you would not need to take an IELTS test. We also accept many other English language tests. You'll be able to see the list, a full list on our website. And we can also arrange, and you can book a home test from our website where you can take a similar test. So if you didn't want to go to an IELTS test centre, or you couldn't get an appointment for an IELTS test, there's many home-based tests that you can take. And there's one called Password, which you'll be able to book on our website. But that's very much like entry requirements. At the end, I'll leave you my contact details. So if you have a very specific question about your grades, the subject you're interested in, you can always send me a direct message or contact our staff at SIUK. Look at the fees. So we'll talk about changes. The main change has been the fee for European students. The fee for our bachelor's degree is £14,400 per year. So that's the fee you'll pay for 3 years each year. And for postgraduate fee, it does vary depending on the course that you're interested in studying. So I recommend looking at our course webpage, find the course that you're interested in studying, and on each course page tells you the exact fee for that particular course. One thing we do offer students is scholarships. We offer lots of scholarships to UK, European and international students. And each year we offer 750 plus students a scholarship. And our scholarships are available each year. So if you're awarded one of our scholarship, you'll be awarded, say, for the full duration of your course. And a new change that we've recently announced is our EU Qualifications Welcome Award. So you'll find lots of details on this on our website. But this is a fee reduction for your tuition fee of £4,500 per academic year. And this is based for students who have studied in Europe or studied their European qualification. To classify for this fee reduction, you would need to be an overseas fee payer. You'll need to start your course this September 2021 at either a foundation degree that we offer or a first year of our undergraduate degree. So it's only available for bachelor's degree students joining either foundation or the first year of the bachelor's degree, and enter solely on the basis of an eligible EU qualification. And if you check our website, you can see a full list of eligible qualifications. For example, if you're listening from Romania, you would need the Romanian Baccalaureate. That's an eligible qualification. From Spain, you need the Baccalaureate or as a high school qualification. In Portugal, if you're listening from Portugal, you'd ask for the high school diploma. So do look on our webpage, see if your qualification is listed there as a qualified EU qualification, and you would be awarded this fee reduction in your tuition fee each year. So more questions about that, please do look on our website, type them to me, and we can go through at the end, or send me a message, an email. I can send you various links and give you more information about this EU Qualifications Welcome Award. The other change for European students is a visa. So for any student who's already in the UK now, you may have probably already applied for a settled or pre-settled status using the app where you can get settled or pre-settled status. You have until the 30th of June if you haven't and you're in the UK, you can apply for pre-settled status. For any students joins us this September from Europe who doesn't have settled or pre-settled status, you would need to apply for a visa by the new points-based system. You can apply 6 months before the start date. The cost of applying for a visa is nearly £350, which you'll also need to pay for an immigration and healthcare surcharge, for which students get a 25% discount. So we'll cover any medical expenses. And the other change as well is for students graduating, you can apply through the graduate immigration route to stay in the UK for a maximum of 2 years from once you finish your studies. So you can work while you're here, you can change different positions, or you can stay in the UK for 2 years from when you graduate. And that launches this summer. So on the 1st of July, that's when the graduate immigration route starts for students. And that is a new graduate immigration route where students from Europe can stay in the UK for a maximum of 2 years once you finish your degree, to stay in the UK to work or to change different positions and get work experience being in the UK. Looking at our accommodation, so we have various locations, either at Harrow campus or Wembley for our undergraduate students. For our students interested in masters, you have more flexibility on locations you can choose. The prices last year are listed. So the new prices aren't announced at the moment, but just to give you a rough idea of what the accommodation prices were like last year. For students who live in Wembley, in the picture that you can see on the screen, the price was £207 for a single bedroom, for a standard bedroom with your own private toilet and shower within your room. And other locations have different types of rooms, shared. You can get a large, an extra large room, a double studio, a penthouse room. So do look on the website, on the web link that you can see at the bottom of your screen. To apply for our accommodations through our housing website as well. And so we always recommend students to apply early. I will now hand you over to our student Tammy, who'll go through what it's like to study at the University of Westminster. So over to you, Tammy.
Hi everyone, my name is Tammy and I am currently studying accounting in the second year of in the University of Westminster. I'm from Italy and in this presentation I'm going to talk to you briefly about my personal experience in the university as an EU student. Next slide please. Thank you. First of all, why did I choose Westminster? So one of the main reasons why I chose Westminster is because it is in the heart of London. In fact, as you have seen earlier, 3 of the 4 campuses are located in central London, near the Oxford Street. And since I study accounting, I am located in Marylebone, which is next to Baker Street. So there is never time to get bored. And also the University of Westminster offers many opportunities for my future. In fact, it has a lot of career opportunities as well as employability opportunities. In fact, by accessing the platform in the University of Westminster Engage, you can find hundreds of careers opportunities and which are linked to the courses that you're studying. For example, I have recently started working for WBC as a junior business consultant, and the WBC is a junior enterprise that is led by the student of the University of Westminster. And also, if you are interested in finance, then you might also be interested into knowing that our university is one of the first few universities to provide a Bloomberg course, which Bloomberg is basically a software that permits you to monitor and to analyze real-time financial market data, and it is very helpful for your employability if you're looking to start a career in finance or accounting. Now I'm going to talk about my course, which is accounting. And the reason why I chose accounting is mainly because I'm very passionate about numbers, and also because it is a very popular course, which is also unlikely to decrease in demand. In fact, every year there are thousands of businesses that are starting up, and therefore there is never the demand never decreases for accountants. I would like to give you some advices about studying in university. It's definitely going to be challenging, and it's very different from high school. So one of the advices that I would like to give you is to manage your time properly and more efficiently. Maybe by something that helps me is to build a timetable. So every day I write down the things that I'm going to study and everything else. So that is really helpful to me. Next slide, please. Thank you. The social side of the university. So most of the extracurricular activities are held by the University of Westminster Student Union, which is an organization that is run by students, and they basically make sure that every student's voice is heard, and every student has his rights that are being heard and being being heard. So the university has, for example, many societies, including sports societies, and then debate societies, then religious and as well as cultural societies. And we also have a bar in Harrow, which is the Undercroft, and a nightclub, which is the Area 51, also in Harrow. And the University of Westminster Student Union also has provides an event which is held for new students as well as for returning students. And this event is called the Freshminister, that usually takes place in September. And during this event, you will be able to attend fairs and events, different events, to help you meet new people and also to help you get into the university life. And finally, I would like to talk to you about the impact that COVID-19 has had in our university life. So the COVID-19 had a very big impact on how the courses are delivered. And most of the courses currently have moved online, apart from a few, which are, for example, architecture, design, so all the courses that need machineries or practical instruments to do. And online learning, from one side, has its disadvantages. For example, the quality of the teaching is not the same as the face-to-face teaching, face-to-face learning, because you don't really get engaged as much online as you get engaged in an on-site lecture. And also it is very easy to get distracted. However, it also has its own advantages. For example, it is much easier to manage your time, because you basically are saving the time to get that you used to get ready and to travel, and you use that time to either study or to use that time for yourself. So yeah, definitely there is time flexibility, and also another benefit is that the lectures and seminars are all recorded, and therefore if you maybe miss one lecture or one seminar, you still are able, have the opportunity to get back to it later in your own time. And yes, and lastly, the teaching is also really helpful, really good. The lecturers are always available to you in Teams, as well as by email, or if you message them online. So yes, that's it from me. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much, Tammy. That was really, really interesting. Yeah, and I hope everyone's listening to sort of impact of COVID and how your teaching will be. And the plan is to hopefully resume as soon as possible once it's safe to do so. Our campus will open again. So students are interested in September. The plan at the moment is to have on-campus teaching following government guidelines. But I say the campus is very COVID secure in terms of hand sanitizers, face masks, smaller classrooms. So the campus is COVID safe for students. Now, if you're interested in applying, by all means, do talk to my colleagues at SIUK who can set an application for you, but through different websites. Through UCAS, you would need a completed application form, personal statement, reference, and your transcripts, but do speak to colleagues at SIUK who will give you all the information to help you prepare your application with us. I'll just play a very quick video, just to break up the talking with a video, so just bear with me 1 moment.
When I first found out that I was coming to the University of Westminster, I was super excited. I've met some really wonderful people from all over the world, and I've had the chance to study the things that I'm really passionate about, but also find out new things that I didn't know that I enjoyed. I also really like the amount of possibility we have to study across the campuses. The Harrow campus is very creative, but sometimes I have classes in Marylebone where it's more business. And the mindset of the people here is completely different, and it's great to work across London to get to explore different sides of the city.
I feel the University of Westminster has greatly contributed in me becoming a more confident person. I think that in this university, as much as the students are enthusiastic, I've seen the professors are equally enthusiastic. I've got so much support. I've had teachers mailing me constantly in terms of past papers, advice, guidance. So it feels like I'm a part of a community.
Living in London, it's great because it's contemporary. When I leave my lectures at Regent Street, I just go out, walk. The shopping is really, really close. Piccadilly Circus is just straight, 10 minutes walk. I think London has everything to make international people feel very welcome.
There is so much support out there for you to settle in the university life, but especially in Westminster. There's so much help in terms of academic English, housing, finance. There's a lot of support as well for international students. And yeah, the Students' Union is key. I met so many beautiful people from around the world, and I feel like I've traveled. I feel like I've traveled being at Westminster by just being in one campus. Coming to Westminster has definitely set me up for my future career, my future life, wherever I'm headed, whatever it is that I'm going to do. I wouldn't be the person I am today if I didn't come to this university.
We are Westminster.
我们是威斯敏斯特。
Nous sommes Westminster.
Come Westminster here.
Wir sind Westminster.
Noi siamo Westminster.
More Westminster has to.
Nosotros somos Westminster.
I hope you enjoyed that. I'll just reshare the presentation, just go through final points. So it's my contact details. So if you have any questions, by all means, leave them in the chat box now. We'll go through questions and answers with myself and Tammy. But if anything comes up, that's my contact details. Do check out our website. It's got more information about the entry requirements for each country. So I've seen a few, so not from Europe, but all our entry requirements are on our websites. We have Facebook, Twitter, all the social media platforms. And finally, I'd just like to recommend we have a virtual open day. So as is the world at the moment, we have a virtual open day coming up on the 13th of June for students interested in a bachelor's degree, and on the 2nd of June for students interested in a master's degree. So yeah, just in a couple of months. It's a great opportunity to virtually see the university, talk to academic members of staff, talk to students, as well as Tammy and other students about the course, about what it was like to study during COVID. Yeah, and a great opportunity to find out more specific information about the subject that you're interested in from academics and other tutors. So right now we'll go through the chat box. So please do type your questions to us. Just see what we have here. So I see we have hi Jackson, I'm just seeing your question about immigration. So I'll follow up separately about this because it's about passport and visa process. Hi Francis from Ethiopia. Hi to everyone. Kingsley from Nigeria. So in terms of the fee, everything I mentioned, so a few students are asking whether it was just for EU students, but the information applies to overseas non-EU students in terms of the fee. Entry requirements, do look on the website. Question from Ali has asked, can I get into university after A-levels? Yes, you can. So the slide that I showed, for most of our courses, it's BCC at A-level. But if you look on our exact course page, you get the exact requirements for A-levels. Welcome to everyone. Seen a few others. Question from YouTube: is the campus opening on the 17th of May? So yeah, that's the new date that the government has announced that campuses are opening. More information, more guidance will be sent to current students about the format of that. But yeah, the government announced that on 17th of May, universities can open. So yes, all our current students will send exact information about what it means for them in their course. Are there EU fees? Question from YouTube for September 2021, or is there more? So your question in terms of is there an EU fee? I'm not sure if you listened to the section about our fees and scholarships, but we are offering an EU qualifications award. So do look on our webpage. You would see this EU qualification award. Based on the qualification that you studied in Europe, you would be eligible for a discount of £4,500 per year off the fee, the fee of £14,400, which would bring students in line to the fee paid by UK-based students, nearer to the amount paid by UK students. So it's not an EU fee, but you can get a discount based on the qualification you've studied. By all means, send me an email or look on our website, and you can see all of the qualifications that are listed that are eligible to be awarded this discount. So does the university offer foundation programs for A-level students? So we do have foundation programs. So if you're interested in business with foundation, many other programs we offer foundation. So yes, we do have foundation programs with us. If I apply for a visa, will the university send me a visa? I live in UAE. So if you did apply to study with us, we would send you, once you've met all of your academic conditions, and we have a security deposit you have to pay of £4,000. Once you pay a deposit, you get sent a CAS letter, a CAS number, and for that you would use to apply for a visa. So yes, we would send you a CAS number once you've met all of your academic conditions, once you accepted your place at university as firm, and once you've paid the deposit of £4,000, that's when we would send you a CAS number, and with that you would apply for your visa. Question from YouTube: can I do another test if not IELTS? Yes, absolutely. So as I mentioned, we accept many high school English subjects that you've taken within your high school. We also accept other tests, IELTS, TOEFL. We have a full list on our website. We also offer another test called Password English Skills Test that you can book on our website as well. So we do accept many other tests on our websites. You'll be able to see all of the English language tests that we accept. Yeah, Tammy just posted in the link. Thank you very much, Tammy. So you can, if you click the chat box, you'll be able to link to our EU Qualifications Welcome Award. Question from Adia has asked, if the EU student has not yet arrived in the UK but received their settled status, can they be qualified for EU fees, home fees? So if you do have pre-settled status, Adia, you would qualify for so the home fee. So I'm not sure where you are, but if you've applied and you have got pre-settled status, so you would be eligible for home fees. You would have a code or a number to share. So once you do apply, you can send us an email with your share code, which confirms you have pre-settled status, and then we can apply that to your application. I hope I've answered that question, Adia. Just see if there's a few other questions. No other questions at the moment. Question from YouTube: I am from Romania. Do I need a visa to come to London? So yes, you would. So that's the new visa process. If you're coming to study with us in September 2021, you would need to apply for a student visa. If you do not have settled or pre-settled status. So if you haven't applied for the settled or pre-settled status, you will need to apply for a student visa. And my colleagues at SIUK can help you with the application process. As I mentioned, you need an offer from a UK university. You need to meet English requirements and have the available funds to cover your fees to study with us. Another question from YouTube is, how much is the visa? So it's about £350 to apply for the visa. And you would also need to pay for an immigration health surcharge, which covers medical expenses. Thank you very much, everyone, for your question listening on YouTube today. Please do ask myself or Tammy any questions. Can be about anything about studying in the UK. I am in England, so question: can I do English test skills? So you would need an English language test. So it depends on which course you've applied, what the entry requirements you would need for your English. But you can take an English language test, either IELTS, or take a look on our website. We can post a link of the English language test that we accept. Question from Ali: if I want to apply for a foundation program, what are the minimum grades in O levels required? So for Ali, I'd say send me a copy of your transcripts and I can give you the exact requirements if you meet the entry requirements with the O levels that you have. Question from Erica: my brother is already in the UK with pre-settled status, but I'm still in Italy. Can I come to UK as a dependent from his pre-settled? I'm 18. So this is individual. So yes, you will need to apply for pre-settled status. There are very specific other dependents visas, so you could fall under. I'd recommend looking on the gov.uk website for the exact requirements in terms of dependent visas. Otherwise, send me an email and I can forward it on to our visa advice team, who give you specialist knowledge and be able to answer that specific question regarding brother and sister dependents. Adia, so thanks a lot, but do you know if students will be eligible for student finance with their pre-settled status if they arrive to the UK in the summer? So yes, there is a time you have to arrive in the UK. If you can apply for the funding at the moment. If you're not in the UK, I'd recommend contacting Student Finance England just to get clarification for when you're going to arrive. You can make the application now to apply for student funding, but say either contact Student Finance Company, say when you would arrive in the UK and your eligibility. Ali's last question, if you send it to the email address you can see on your screen. Question from YouTube: if I cannot travel to the UK for September 21 because of lockdown, can I come late or get a refund? So yes, if you are not eligible to travel to the UK, you would be available for refund on any deposit that you paid. Say we don't know what things will look like in the next few months, but things are looking good in the UK at the moment. In terms of vaccination programs, the UK is well ahead of schedule in terms of vaccinating the general public. So things are looking okay, like we will be open in September for teaching, but I say it's dependent on government guidelines, not just from the UK, but also other countries as well. Can you send the UK qualifications? From a Zoom user, I don't understand what you mean by the UK qualifications, but if you look on our webpage under international, you'll be able to see the entry requirements for each page. So if you're studying a UK qualification like A levels, on each of our web pages, you'd be able to see what the entry requirements are. I can't see any further questions. Sorry to run through them quickly. By all means, if you've got a question for Tammy in terms of student life, by all means, please do ask some questions. We will be online for the next few minutes.
While we're waiting for questions, Michael and Tammy, I just wanted to say thank you so much for the presentation today. It was really interactive, and yeah, I think you covered a lot of ground, which is probably why we're not getting a lot of questions as well. But yeah, final chance for any students to. Yeah, thank you so much, Tammy. If you've got any questions,
it has been helpful. And if any of you have any questions, just feel free to ask me.
Exactly. Yeah, just reiterating exactly what Tammy said. Do yeah, pop any questions in the chat box because we're still going to be here for another few minutes. Mikhail, was there any points you kind of wanted to re-highlight in case any students who joined late might have missed it, or any key takeaways from the presentation?
Yeah, so absolutely. So I mean, the main point of the presentation was to discuss the changes. So in terms of our fee, but say our fee for students joining the UK this year from Europe and overseas countries is £14,400. And the main point is that we're offering a welcome award for students who have studied a European qualification. So the link's been posted in the chat box. We'll just repost it. So students who are listening today from Europe or not necessarily in Europe, but have studied a European qualification, if you click on that link, you would be able to see if your qualification is eligible. Thank you very much, Tammy, for posting the entry requirements. So we understand the students from Ethiopia, from Nigeria listening today. By all means, you can find the country you're from on our web link, again in the chat box. So you'll be able to see what the entry requirements are for your specific country. And very much the English language. So we accept IELTS. A few students have asked questions. We accept many other English language tests. I can post the link on the chat box as well. So students will be able to see. But anything else, by all means, students can chat now, or can always send a follow-up email after this event, either colleagues at SIUK or to me directly, with any further questions that you have. I'll just post the link for all of the English language tests that we accept. There are others that I mentioned in the presentation, but here we go. So just in the chat box now. So that's our English language requirements. So we had a few questions from other students from YouTube and on Zoom. You'll be able to see all the English language tests that we accept. And on each course page tells you the sort of requirements that you need, whether it's IELTS 6, IELTS 6.5, and the minimum requirements in each of the 4 sections being listening, speaking, reading, and writing. So yeah, I don't think we've got any questions, which is good. So I know we've covered a lot of ground in this presentation, so it hasn't been too heavy to take in, but it's all important information. So yeah, I wish everyone all the best in their studies, and so we're moving in terms of COVID, we're moving in the right direction. So hopefully we'll be able to welcome you all in September onto your courses. Perfect. So I'll just post the link in the chat box. Very much. So you'll be able to see the link now of the English language. So I see no more questions. So for me, thank you very much. Thank you to colleagues at SIUK for organising this session today. Thank you all listeners today to ask questions on Zoom and on YouTube. So I hope you found this useful. Tammy, is there any final points before we close?
No, I don't have anything to say. Thank you very much.
Brilliant. Thank you both of you for your time today. And yeah, thank you to all the students who've joined us as well. Yeah, like we said, you can contact Mikhail or you can contact SIUK at info@studying-uk.com. So the email address is in the chat box as well, or on the screen. You can see Mikhail's email. But yes, thank you everybody for your time, and hopefully we can welcome you back for the next session. All right, I'll end this meeting now.